grave tone.
Hey there, fictional friends, and welcome to another episode. Oh my god, I did it again, didn't I?
Wrong podcast,
Fuck.
Megan.
Sorry, welcome to Grave Tone Podcast, where horror comes to life in every form it takes.
Hey, I mean, look, if you like books, check out the other
Oh my
one that
God.
Megan has. It's a fully booked literary podcast.
I'm so tired. I'm getting
Might
over
as
a
well
cold.
just
I'm sorry.
Plug it in here.
I'm so sorry. I keep doing it.
What is Grave Tone about? Please tell me that.
Okay. Horror comes to life in every form it takes. I'm Megan. It's going to be a disaster.
That's going to be great. This is take 2 of this.
Oh, God. Fuck's sake.
man.
All right. Sorry. Fuck. Okay. Yes, we're doing horror stuff.
Yes, this is horror, what we're doing right now.
It sure feels that way. Okay. So, we're back from the theater with a new release yet again because, like we keep saying, this winter season is just stacked, super stacked with
Love
new
it.
releases.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah,
We're
it's
going to
fine.
buy the subscription to this movie theater and like just keep going there
God.
forever. You
I
know?
don't think we have a choice at this point. It's costing us a lot of money. So if anybody wants to send us for free, you're more than welcome to. So we just saw Cold Storage, which was released the day that we're recording this, February 13th. Of 2026. This is a film that is actually based on a novel, which I did not know going into this, and I didn't know until the opening credit sequence that gave me that idea. So this is based on a 2019 novel of the same name by David Koepp. For the folks who are maybe not aware, David Koepp is
Hollywood legend at this point,
Yes.
almost. I mean,
he's a very
very prolific
screenwriter,
writer,
largely screenwriter. I know he's done directing and things like that as well, but like largely, I would say on the screenwriting side.
What's his creds list?
Okay, so the original Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
its follow-up, Jurassic Park: The Lost World, War of the Worlds from 2005, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the original Mission Impossible
so good.
script. Let's see, Jurassic World Rebirth is latest 2025, so the latest
okay.
Jurassic World
Yeah, yeah.
film. Stir of Echoes from 1999, starring Kevin Bacon. His daughter is in this movie, briefly, just FYI.
Cool. Okay.
Secret Window from 2004. Anyway, it's just, I could go on and on, but
I
there's
mean,
like a
of
lot.
course he has a list, but all those are like big movies,
Yes,
man.
very much. Very, very much. Man, the cats have the
The
same
cats
manic
are
energy that we do today, it seems.
Insane
Wow.
for 11 o'clock at night.
Correct. Okay. Okay, so let me, for people who maybe haven't seen this, because I think it's getting like maybe a little bit of a smaller release to a
We
degree.
had kind of like a hard time finding it in the movie theaters.
Yeah, yeah, we had to go further than we normally do.
Yeah, usually ours is very good with like horror stuff and
Yeah.
maybe even niche horror stuff. This time
Yeah.
around didn't have it and I was upset.
Like they had Iron Lung and stuff at ours.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Oh, weird.
We
Anyway.
found it though.
Yep. So let me read the brief IMDb summary for everybody.
Yes.
So when a dangerous fungus escapes from a secret laboratory, a former bioterrorism agent is called back into action. Alongside 2 young employees, he must confront an invisible and out-of-control threat. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
kind of.
I mean-
but also, like, we're not explaining what the employees are or anything. So
No,
that's
that's
something that
it.
we're going to
It's-
have to
that's
get
weird.
into
It's like-
with, like, an explanation.
It's to the point, but
Yeah.
there's a lot more to it.
True.
That happens,
Yes.
and it's a little bit more interesting. But anyways,
Yes. So how would we classify this? Are we going to say, like, sci-fi horror comedy
This-
comedy that sort of leans
this
into
is
the science
this
fiction?
is definitely like if we're going into a subgenre,
Yes.
this is a sci-fi horror
Yes,
with a comedy angle.
very much.
But the sci-fi part is really only the setting, and everything else
Well, it's like the
is.
circumstance.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
the setting, but I mean, there's no like sci-fi things. They're not going to space. There's no aliens.
Okay, fine, but
you
I don't
know.
think we classify science fiction as strictly people like fucking astronauts in space anymore, guys. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think there have to be aliens for it to be science fiction now.
Aliens, little green man.
Oh, okay, that's not a thing. Frankenstein is considered a science fiction novel. Like, it is.
I know. You can't just bring that up.
Well, haha, I'm throwing the classics at you.
That's not right.
Sally. Yeah, so the film, that's it, was just released in our neck of the woods. We did at least manage to find a screening near us, so at least
yeah.
that was nice to be able to go track down. So we're going to go through probably like sort of first initial thoughts coming
Yeah.
out of it. I'll do a quick one through of the cast. The cast in this movie is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
It's great.
For
Great
the
cast.
scope of film it is, I was like,
Like,
wow.
It's worth watching it just for the cast. They're all great.
Kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. So,
Anyways,
we
if
can
you're
go through
looking to
that.
do something on V-Day,
Yeah, for fun.
Or on the weekend of V-Day.
Yeah.
Or literally whenever you're listening to this. Just go watch it. Or
you can go watch it.
VOD it, whatever. It's super fun.
Yeah, by the time you get around to it, who knows,
Yeah,
right?
it is actually great. It's super fun to watch. I guess I'm doing my first
I was
impressions
going to
right
say,
now.
I think you have to do first impressions because you're already in it. So.
It's super fun to watch. It's one of those that like, you would put on at home or whatever and really have a great time with it. And it would be fun. It has good kills / explosions. We'll explain that later. Pretty good visual effects as well. I mean, some scenes were like obviously, CGI and stuff, but whatever.
sure.
It doesn't matter. Cast is great. Story is pretty
Not
straightforward,
bad,
but
yeah.
basic, but good.
I think, you know what? I think that's I think that's kind of like a good classification, like kind of basic, pretty predictable, but like fun.
Yeah.
Just like a fun, easy time,
That's
I guess.
it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's very easy watch, and you should.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are kind of like overall like my kind of feelings about it right now coming out of it. Like it was fun. It was an easy watch. It was, lighthearted and everything in the way that it kind of went
Yeah.
about presenting everything. And it wasn't anything groundbreaking by any means. It was just like a fun time.
It's a fun time.
It was a fun, easy movie to put on kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to do digs before we get into the other stuff?
Sure. How much do you dig this movie?
I
I'm gonna
hate
keep
it
saying
so much.
Well, too much.
Yeah, I think because of that, I think largely because, again, I'm not, until we get into spoilery stuff, I'm not going to talk about any of the other things there to not give anything away. But I think largely just because of, that's it, the kind of predictability of it to a degree, but like the sort of very easygoing kind of vibe that it has. I'm very middle of the road with it, I would say. Like, I'd probably give it about like a, I don't know, like a 6 out of 10,
Yeah,
maybe?
okay. Yeah, I get it. Me too.
Yeah.
Very, very similar.
Okay.
In terms of that rating, definitely easily a 6 in
Yeah.
general, if I'm looking at the ratings on IMDb and stuff, or just like kind of everywhere,
Yeah.
it is currently sitting at 6.3 on IMDb.
Okay.
Nothing in the popcorn meter, but at 81 on the tomato one, so which is pretty cool.
Oh, come wow.
3 on 4 for Roger
Ebert.com.
Ebert. I am surprised.
Huh. Again, but it's just,
I'm gonna skip this one forever now.
but in spite of the predictability, it's an
It's
easy
good.
watch.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's
It's
fun.
not like bad.
Yeah,
So.
Letterbox is a 2.8, almost 3. So like, yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah. It's an easy time.
we're there.
Okay. Let me run through, before we get into the spoilery stuff, let me run through cast because it's just like, it's stacked. From start to finish. So our leads are played by Georgina Campbell, who plays Naomi. Most people will know Georgina Campbell from Barbarian,
Great.
where she stars as the lead.
She's really good.
She was also in Influencers,
yeah.
and literally next week, I'm so excited, she will be starring as the lead in Psycho
Psycho
Killer.
Killer, that's
I
it.
can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
It looks great. It looks gritty. It looks dark. It looks very like David Fincher, but extra fucked up. Which I'm like,
I don't know. We saw the trailer of it, and I was like, it looks like what Long Legs should have been.
kind
You
of.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Where like Long Legs goes hard in the first bit, but then at the end it gets real fucking
that's
weird.
it.
I'm starting to notice a pattern with that with Osgood Perkins stuff, and it's not that I hate them; they're interesting, but I wonder if we're having trouble with the endings of
Yeah,
things.
that's it.
If that makes sense. Yeah. But I agree with you. I think
Right?
something like that, and it's got like a satanic element to it that I find really cool. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway,
Anyways, we'll
I'm
see.
really looking forward to it, so I hope that's
Good for her. She's busy.
Me too. She's super booked and everywhere. We literally just watched Influencers before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
She had a small role in that as well. She's recently been dubbed a Scream Queen, as far as I can tell, and I'm like, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Makes
That's
sense. Also, the co-lead is played by Joe Keery, who plays Travis, nicknamed Tea Cake, which we can talk about a little bit as well. Obviously, Joe Keery is largely known for Stranger Things. He plays Steve, the hair Harrington, except the hair is not herring in this movie. He looks like a dork in this film, which I know is kind of purposeful, but his hair looked so bad.
I mean,
I didn't like it.
he had hair
I guess.
with highlights. Were those
No, it was
highlights?
just
like,
it was bleached and it had been growing in.
like
So
bleach
he's
tips.
got like
Oh,
roots.
I see. Right.
He's just got like really,
He
really
was in
dark roots.
prison. Leave him alone.
I know, but anyway, whatever. It looked really bad. I
Wow.
think it's because I kept on looking at him and I was like, oh God, his hair looks terrible. And I was looking and I was like, Georgina Campbell's so pretty. Anyway, And then past that element of the cast stars Liam Neeson, of course, who as Robert Quinn, who you do see in the trailer and everything for the film as well. He is he's the former agent, whatever you want to call him, like not Homeland Security. I don't know what they're supposed to be, the FBI. DRTA, military. DTRA or DRTA? I forget. But he's
I'm pretty sure it's DTRA.
Okay, yeah, whatever. He's like a bioterrorism expert agent who had come into contact with the virus or fungus, I should say, that is released, which is like the premise of the film and everything.
It's literally a real agency.
Shut up.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Defense Threat Reduction Agency. Government agency is both a defense agency and a combat support agency within the United States Department of Defense.
Well thought. Okay, so he's part of the Department of Defense.
Yeah, for countering weapons of mass destruction and supporting nuclear enterprise.
Damn, that's wild. Okay, cool. So yes, so he plays Robert Quinn. In the book, actually, it's Roberto Diaz. So
okay, cool.
They flipped it, obviously. It would have been hard to get away with the man with the Irish accent.
Oh, right.
Named Roberto Diaz. Also, Leslie Manville plays a supporting character as Trini Romano. She is Robert's former partner.
Yes.
From back in the day. Also, and again, another English actress with like an insane amount of accolades. This cast is mostly British people playing Americans or people from the UK playing Americans, other than Joe Keery. And in the opening of the film, Sosie Bacon, Kevin Bacon's daughter, who people will know from Smile.
Right,
from the first Smile movie.
Yes.
Who
she looks familiar.
Yeah, were you trying to place her? It took me a minute, and then I was like, oh, yeah. So she plays the lead in the first Smile film.
Okay,
And also, excitingly, what I had seen recently that looks super fun is that Kevin Bacon and Keira Sedgwick, his wife, have announced that they are directing and starring in an upcoming horror comedy that they've put together, and both of their kids are going to be in it. So Sosie Bacon and Travis Bacon, who I believe is a composer, are going to star in it. It's called Family Movie. It's a very meta-esque horror comedy that follows a filmmaking family and their low-budget slasher project goes off the rails when a real-life body appears on set while they're trying to make the movie.
Jesus. So that's a great
I'm so
premise.
excited. That sounds great. That sounds so fun. And it's like a whole family project. And they're one of the, I think at this point in time, one of the few couples in Hollywood that have like lasted and are so sweet and so wholesome. Yeah. And I think that they're so adorable.
Follow them on Instagram. They're so cute.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Yeah.
They just, the other day were posting that they had just gone to see Send Help and they loved it. And they were just chatting about it, leaving the theater. Yeah. Oh, they're so cute. I love them. So that's happening. So that's fun. So Sosie Bacon also has a small role in the film, which is cool. And then on the other side, I'm trying to think of, on the other side of the horror elements of things, we also have Richard Brake, who has a small role in the Department of Defense as Jarabek, who is one of the heads and stuff like that. He's obviously incredibly well known for a lot of his work with Rob Zombie and stuff. Cool. Yeah, he's been in multiple Rob Zombie projects. Was also in Barbarian, and yeah, the flashback.
Don't remember that.
Oh yeah, the flashbacks where we see how.
Oh yeah, he's like the original dad and stuff.
The murderer there, yeah. And of course, also Vanessa Redgrave has a small role in this film. Again, another like insanely accoladed actress. She has like an Oscar, a Tony, an Emmy or two, an Olivier Award. She's done everything. Right. Well, the woman's 89 years old, so she's been working for ages. And she's also Liam Neeson's mother-in-law. So
shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
So he's working with his mother-in-law.
Yes. Well, that's it, because unfortunately, so she's Natasha Richardson's mom, who unfortunately passed away a number of years ago. So his late wife, she's her mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very cool. I know.
Stacked.
I know. My God, it's stacked. It's ridiculous. And like I said, it's all Brits playing Americans. Other than, like I said, that's it. It's Joe Keery, Sosie Bacon. I think everybody else is British. Yeah. It's really funny.
Well, I mean, isn't this movie like a collab or something that I've seen?
France and the U.S., according to what I'm reading. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's get into spoilers and let's get into our three favorites and stuff of all that.
Cool.
You've been warned. Spoilers ahead.
Okie doke. So, do you have a first favorite that you would like to share with the class? Actually, you know what? Should I expand a little bit just on like what the actual story is a bit, just to give away like a little bit more to a degree? So technically, right, above and beyond the summary that I read on IMDb, essentially this is a decommissioned military storage facility that became a self-storage facility, essentially. And however, part of which, this is fucking weird. I'm like, why the hell would you leave it behind? Part of the...
No, that's one of the unrealistic parts.
Yeah,
They would have
that's it.
never
'Cause part
left
of the specimens...
dangerous viruses or specimens
just left
behind
in
the wall.
sub-basement. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? That's crazy. You would never do that.
No.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
That would never happen.
Yeah, so that's it. It's multiple, and it wasn't even just the one that is like what the film's based upon. You can see there are multiple vials that are left behind of God knows what. You have no idea that are left in these like crazy sub basements. When the facility's decommissioned, it winds up being sold and turned into a self storage facility.
Yeah.
Joe Keery's character, Travis, works there as a security agent. He's working the night shift, and Georgina Campbell's character of Naomi has just started there and is also working to try to make some extra money. Travis is an ex-convict who was only able to get this job out of prison, essentially, and Georgina Campbell is she's a single mom who's trying to deal with a bunch of her own personal stuff and be able to pay for med school. So that's basically like what happens. There's an alarm that's going off in the facility because temperatures and everything over time and the climate has changed. So unfortunately, obviously, the fungus that was collected has been released into the facility.
There's also like a whole story to the fungus and how it came about.
Yes.
But anyways.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'd actually need to look into whether or not any of that is true. That they're like did the space station like explode in 1979 and the debris like came through the atmosphere? Is that a real thing? I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, there's an International Space Station that fell to
I
Earth.
had to see. I don't know. I don't
But
know
it was
space
like
things.
planned.
Space scares me. I don't know.
And it was fine.
Okay. I have no idea.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Anyway, so that's largely kind of like what it is, of course. Like, you know, the fungus is released. It's like a viral infection kind of that it causes to a degree. And anybody who even kind of comes into contact with it, like physically touches it in some way, it infects basically immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it either tries to infect others,
Yeah.
obviously to spread, or it just projectile vomits and literally blows up.
Well, that's to also spread, though.
Well,
That's
yeah, of
its
course,
goal,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm
Regardless, its
saying.
goal is always to spread, it seems.
Yeah.
So in whatever manner possible. So yeah.
Well, so that was probably my number one thing is that those scenes
Yes.
of
The explosions.
the explosions and the fucking vomiting and
Yeah.
everything, so wild.
They're funny.
Really well done. Also funny for most of the cases
Mm-hmm.
and everything. I don't know if it was done with CG probably, but it looked damn good.
It did look good, but I think probably it was at least enhanced with it. But
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But like those are very well done. The characters who are infected are also pretty cool. They're all different.
Yeah.
You know, they're not all like the same.
True.
Essentially, not all of them stay either infected or just explode right away or maybe a little bit later. So like I like the variety and the whole
Yeah, they
creature
did.
character design of it, you know.
It's true. They did get a little bit of everything, I swear.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to hear the cat meowing on the on the recording.
Oh, hello.
Oh god, he's being crazy.
You're jumping on the table.
I know. Okay, anyway, these are our late night things that we deal with. Oh god, I should have given this more thought. What was my first favorite? Because it was just like a fun movie overall, so everything kind of blends together a little
You can't
bit.
say popcorn.
No, shush. I think, you know what, actually, I think maybe my first favorite was kind of like the setting itself. We rarely get something in like a contained setting like you do get, but something like a self-storage facility was a really interesting sort of set to work with, I guess. So it was just cool to kind of explore that. And then obviously getting into like the multiple sub-basement levels and all that stuff is like very interesting to get into like the military facility itself. But this was like a cool, I don't know, it was just overall, it was like a cool, interesting sort of setting to be using for the film. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I mean, so that's one of the things that I was hoping that they would have a little bit more of is have more of the zombies and infection and whatever it is, or whatever you want to call it, the infected, which the movie didn't.
No, I mean, it's not really a zombie movie.
I know.
is it?
It is not. That's fair. And like, it's supposed to be contained and everything, which
Yeah.
is fine. I get it. I wish it had a little bit more, but it really didn't take away from the movie being what
No,
it
it
is.
didn't.
Yeah.
No, it's true. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your second favorite thing?
Second favorite thing is My second favorite thing is, I would say, like the actual chemistry between the two leads. It seemed genuine
It's pretty
in
good.
the sense
Yeah.
that, like, he was working there. Naomi's character just started, so it wasn't like, oh yeah, super instant connection, we're best friends, whatever it is. But also, it wasn't like, it was just like weird enough, and it's like just distanced enough because you just met this person, but then you're thrown into this
Yeah.
crazy situation, you kind of have to survive almost. So there's like quick connection forming and building and stuff.
Yeah.
But it still seemed like it was genuine and legit.
That's true. And I did, you know what I did appreciate also was the kind of funny, especially their initial, I guess, conversations and stuff where it's like, we're kind of coworkers, but the environment that you're in doesn't really dictate that you act like you would in like a traditional office setting or anything, obviously, because
No,
it's
that's
like
it.
overnight security to self-storage facility. So you're just, you're barely, if you don't want to, because he's manning the main desk with all the cameras and she's technically doing the rounds and stuff just to check on the unit. So like, otherwise they wouldn't really come into contact with each other unless there's a reason. But of course he can hear the alarm, so he asks her, that's the inciting incident, and he asks her to come in and see if she can also hear it, and that's how they start their whole adventure. And I think I appreciated some of, to your point, like the initial sort of conversations of like the attempt to like suss out what the other person is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to a
that's it.
degree, and also just the funny little camaraderie that is kind of formed between the two of them early enough, just because they're obviously both curious people. He's much more cautious because of his circumstance.
Yes.
But that Naomi's character in particularly, who I really enjoyed, I thought she was really fun, was just, like she reminds me of me because she's like very nosy about like what's making the noise, why it's doing it. Should we go check it out? Should we go do this? Should we
You
go
would
do
destroy
that?
a wall if there was like a noise behind
If
it.
there was a thing, because I think I'd be worried about some sort of alarm going off or there being like an actual problem. So like maybe.
Wow. Don't destroy our walls, please.
Not
Sometimes
ours.
they crackle for no reason, but it's fine.
All right. Yeah, but I know what that is. Not the same.
What's your second?
What was my second favorite? My second favorite, if I'm going to go off characters, but maybe something else, I actually liked the banter and the relationship a lot between Robert and Trini. I thought they were really fun. Very much giving like an older Mulder and Scully kind of to a degree.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
like they
can
had
see
like
that.
a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
like we're kind of annoyed with each other sort of, but we get along really well. They're sarcastic with each other. They obviously work together for a long time, so there's like an easy camaraderie between the two of them.
That's
which is
Liam Neeson
fun.
character
Liam
and-
Neeson's character and Leslie Manville. Yes,
exactly,
exactly. Yeah, that's it. So they were fun. I thought that was like a cute, fun element, and it didn't like take me out of anything. If anything, it felt like a kind of a fun side quest to just watch what they were up to at the same
Yeah,
time.
actually, I almost wish they had a little bit more screen time because
Kind
they
of. I thought they
there
were
at the
really good
beginning a little
together.
bit, and then they were there at the end a little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it
I
really
thought they were
worked.
quite solid together. I thought they just did a good job. So.
Yeah, they work really well.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Number 3
Mm-hmm.
for me, you know what? I would say like kind of. It's hard to name one thing, but there's a lot of elements that I liked about the movie in general.
Yeah.
So kind of like the whole premise, how the virus is or the fungus is, the way that it acts and
Mm-hmm. Oh,
reacts
yes,
and everything,
yes,
that it
yeah.
is almost like a character within itself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's, sentient, obviously, but it like tries everything to survive and it acts differently and it adapts to
yeah.
the situation and stuff. And then also the music was good. So every time, there was like some action going on, there was like some pretty solid banging tunes that were happening. Like, it was good rock music, and I
agree.
liked it. So like kind of all that, which was done well, tied it all in together.
Yeah.
Which made the whole experience like really good.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think, I guess that's kind of my third thing too. And just, I guess,
Well, what were you copier?
all right.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey,
we
well-
don't plan this shit ahead of time. Sometimes we're going to have the same favorites. But I also do think that the overall tie-in of everything that way, I found overall there were some hiccups here and there, like in the sense that like Vanessa Redgrave's character really didn't need to exist. Mrs. Rooney doesn't really need to be there. Like
No,
she
not
has
really.
this kind of sad thing of a potential suicide attempt because it's her anniversary and her husband's obviously passed away. And you're like, oh, okay, that was really sad. But like, it almost felt out of place after. I was like, I don't think this needed to be here.
It was like a Deus Ex Machina to save the main character at one scene, and then that was about it.
And she got to be there for that, and that was fine. That was fun. Like, it's fun to see, but I was like, this is sort of unnecessary. Outside of that, the other additional characters that do show up, who is like this man named Griffin, the shitty boss at the facility.
Right, yes.
Along with a bunch of his crew. They're going there to steal TVs and like flat screens and stuff to sell. And he wants Travis, TK, to help him out with it at the beginning. And Travis is refusing to do it because he's like, no, guess what? I've gotten out of prison and I would like to never go back. Thank you. So, he doesn't want to help them with petty theft. Like that stuff, those things made a little more sense to me because it made sense then to place those other characters there. Because you wanted to have other people, of course, who become infected with the fungus and this virus, and then in turn start exploding and trying to kill other characters and create like tension in some capacity and create like the horror elements that you're looking for in a movie like this. So that was good. So I found overall, other than like a couple of little kind of hiccups here and there, overall I found the pacing was good of the film.
The pacing was good.
Like it never lagged in a way that I was like,
enough.
Fucking hell,
you're
what
not
are we
bored.
doing here? Yeah, that's it. You're not really bored. You're just
There's
kind
stuff
of like
going on all the time.
Yeah, you're following it. You're in it. You're like, cool, let's do this. Let's see, like where this goes. And I never felt like I was like, oh my God, what time is it? Like, are we done?
That's it.
I always feel like that's
How long was the movie even? I don't even
you know what? I didn't even check.
Because I didn't notice it go by, because like,
that's
fun.
why, it was easy and it was fun. That's it. Outside of times like this, I find it's whenever I find myself looking at my watch, I'm like, that's not a good sign because it means that I'm bored.
It was an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's solid. Yeah,
solid, good, perfect.
I remember, I remember thinking to myself before we went, a movie that has a premise like this and like is like this doesn't need to really be over like 90 minutes.
No, of course. So, it's 99 minutes. It's perfect.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
That's exactly what you need.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Yeah, no, it was just, I don't know, it was just like a fun time, I would say, from from start to finish.
Yeah, it's a very good movie, easy to watch, delightful and disgusting. That's what I would say.
Nice. That was good. That's a good descriptor for it. So this was good. It was fun to kind of like do an easy, fun one this week. Yeah. Yay, we like that. Because, sometimes it's like either they're like too shitty and you're like, oh, I didn't like this movie. That sucks. Or it's, something that's dealing with something like quite a bit darker.
Super heavy and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. And you're like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. But we have kind of, that's it. We've had like some fun ones since the beginning of the year to an extent. So that's been nice at least. But some of like the heavier stuff too, which is, a little bit more of, a rough one if we're talking about it. So yeah.
A downer, you can say.
I know it is a bit of a downer. Even if it's good, you're still kind of like,
yeah, I know. Well, it's just heavy on the emotional side of things.
Correct.
Right?
So that's it. So, I mean, and we'll see where we're headed next week with that too, because if we go see Psycho Killer, it might be.
Yeah.
Might be a little more.
Might be intense.
A little more intense, a little more heavy too. And I'm hoping that we can find some screenings near us as well, because also next Friday we are getting a new Canadian release of a zombie movie. We're getting a lot of zombie movies at the beginning of this year.
Bring the genre back.
This is 3 since the beginning of the year that I can think of, because there
fine.
was We Bury the Dead.
Let's do it.
Bone Temple.
Yes.
And next Friday, the 20th, also I believe that the release here is still happening of This Is Not a Test.
Yeah, give it to me.
Which is another book adaptation, which I have read.
I know.
So
that's great.
I'm really hoping that that's it. We can kind of catch a screening of that, because I'd really love to, first of all, see it and get an idea of what the adaptation of it looks like, but also be able to do like a bit of a comparison if we can to a degree, because I read the book a little more recently. Actually.
Isn't it IFC who's distributing it?
Maybe.
I'll reach out to them.
Just ask them, be like, hey, can we have it? Thank you. But yeah, so I think we'll try and catch a screening of that as well, so that we can kind of chat about that too, because I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so as usual, in the meantime, you can kind of check out all of that as we do have these episodes drop and everything over on all of our socials at Gravetone Pod. You can also check out our website at gravetonepod.com if you would like to, read the episodes as opposed to listening to them, but you can listen to all of them over there too, or wherever you listen to podcasts, of course. But in the meantime, guys, stay scared and stay tuned.
Ciao, guys.